whole new class of people from this industry.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because this is a low class.
Yeah. Matter of fact, they tore down they're tearing down half this community village over here.
Are they really?
Yeah. So good morning, folks. If you're not popping on my live stream yet, it's because we're still getting there. We are bareback in the blue with Eric Brandt on the 16th Street Mall. Oh no, we're not. We are at Howard and Federal. And
what is the Decatur station?
the Federal Decatur Station, that's right, the Decatur Station. And just so you can get a beautiful roundabout look of our beautiful city, we're going down there today to have court. And then I'm going to be coming back with a continuous live stream after the court session this morning, where I will be at a Homes housing summit being hosted by the city of Denver. So you're free to greetings all Fitz Cam, greetings Patrick. I believe Kim Lemons, good morning. Good morning, Joyce. Joyce says, Joyce Hendrickson says good morning.
Good morning, Joyce.
Patrick Renner says, good luck, Eric. Eric's not actually going to court. Good morning, G-Ma, Pam, and Mark Miller.
Support, which is very important.
Right, we are. This is
probably more important than going to court.
It is, because we're supporting our community who are facing retributive acts by tyrants like Guzman. So he's not out early, he's out on time, because when you go to jail, you're allowed to do rehabilitative behaviors, like working inside of a jail system to make food.
Early. They flat canceled that sentence.
Oh, they canceled the other one? Flat canceled the sentence, he says. Yes. Feed the people. Everybody's giving them the big FCPs. Feed the people. Film the police. Fuck the police. It's all.
I don't have a...
You want to use that temp? I can loan this to you, but I need it back.
Pin. I forgot you said.
Oh, a pin.
Happy
yes.
Cops Day.
Happy fucking Cops Day. Buy donation if you got something to help feed Denver's homeless. If you've got a donation, we sell those to help feed the homeless as well.
I wish I had some money.
That's okay. You can still have one. Thank you. Enjoy. Good afternoon. UK time is 15:19.
How is the cop like a slinky? Neither one of them are good for shit, but it always puts a smile on your face when you push one down the stairs.
Yeah, there you go. Morning Pikachu. Pikachu. Of course, we didn't realize it was going to be a high children area this morning.
We didn't?
I didn't.
Oh.
Normally when I'm out here getting signatures, there's no kids here this time of day. Push. Also, John Don. Yes, good morning, John. Hey, we got those button options for y'all. Those button options, we figured out it's going to be about $7 US to ship from the United States to England. What we might try to do is if a few of you want to get buttons from the UK, maybe we'll put a package together and then send it one package that you guys split up and meet up with. And Texas Rose, good morning, Boomer. Texas Rose said she loved you speaking before City Council yesterday.
Hey, Texas Rose. I had a good time.
What time is court? So this is just a first appearance, and it's not just a first appearance. It's a very important first appearance for 303 Cop Block, and the reason it's very important is because there's a thing called a trial by jury, and you have a specific timeline that you must perfect your jury rights.
21 days.
Once you enter a plea, I mean. And so, if you come in for a first appearance and you don't plea, but you ask for a continuance, so that you might actually get a a lawyer, and discovery. Those are the key words there, folks, because we want both discovery and lawyers to be present, counsel, when we make that plea. And so we can't spend the $21 on a jury that we'll never use if the jury says that it's a waste of our money. So we want to make sure that we do things in the right order. So we'll get on the bus and we'll have a little chat with Eric here this morning until we get to the courthouse for a couple minutes of shenanigans before we head in, huh? Good morning. This bus is equipped with video, audio, recording device.
And yet people freak out when we have an audio video recording device.
That's right.
Hey, so
let's go back one, huh?
Yeah.
Wheelchair access and all that.
I want to show some people some stuff that.
Yes, actually, we're gonna there you go. Put it on you.
No, I want to put it on the seats.
Oh, okay.
So if you guys see these seats that fold out, right, and then we got these areas here. These seats actually will fold. You can see the seat belts. RTD did not do these things out of the goodwill of their hearts. Oh, here. You don't like my. So the reason why we have those is because of my bondswoman, Carolyn Belmain, whom you may have seen on my videos. Right, her daughter had a son who was wheelchair bound basically from birth. He wasn't actually born in a wheelchair. That would have been very painful, but he had a lot of seizures. And so he basically had to be in a wheelchair all the time. And RTD refused to let them on the bus in his chair or even with his chair. And this is going back, right? This is going back
70s?
70s or 80s.
Yeah.
Carolyn's 80 years old. Her daughter recently passed away. But if you want to look back in the history of the ADAPT movement and the Americans with Disabilities Act,
that's definitely for the
you will find news articles and clippings of Carolyn's daughter and grandson chaining themselves to the bumpers of RTD buses.
Wow.
So, and then these wheelchair ramps that come out to lift the wheelchairs in. Yeah. This is all because of people that did illegal things, right? It's a felony to interfere with the public conveyance.
It is.
Right? They broke the law, chained themselves to the buses so the buses couldn't drive.
That's amazing.
Right? So people take these risks. They have taken these risks for a long time. This is why jury nullification is so important.
Yes, and did you know, we're coming full circle in these things because we talked about going out and meeting the crowd this morning.
Yeah.
One of the things that we're going to be doing soon, folks, is around the Flanagan in the morning. When we start doing jury nullification flyers, we're going to be doing that while filming from all the entrances.
Excellent.
And the reason that we're going to do that is because when you look at the administrative order that says that that the filming inside the hallways of the courthouse is prohibited, it's because they don't want the faces of jurors filmed.
Oh, so let's film the faces of the jurors
before they come into the building.
Sure.
Because they need to do a different methodology.
They do. They need to come up with a different excuse is what they need to do.
Right.
So we don't necessarily know which jurors are seated, what they're doing, but it's no issue at all to follow them out of the building and film them.
No, not at all.
Not at all. And I think if they have a high-profile jury, then they can do exactly what they did with Clarence Moses Ells.
Yes.
They took them inside, they took them downstairs, and they busted them out of the building.
Yes.
But if you've got jurors that are there for a basic, very small profile case that doesn't have a lot of liability attached to it, nobody's going to get excited about that and track them down, right? And remember, we can always find out who the jurors are anyway.
It's all public record.
It's all public
after
record.
the fact.
After the fact.
But of course,
people can observe jury nullification or jury selection while here, and know who these jurors are because they have to give their names. They have to provide their names.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a secret, right?
Right.
It's just they don't want individual jurors to be attacked for their verdict. Is what it is.
But what most jurors find out is a secret is that they're actually allowed to determine whether somebody's guilty or not guilty by their conscience.
That's right. Conscientious acquittal is another way to phrase the word jury nullification, because a lot of people are confused Well, no, we like juries. We want juries.
Yes.
I've had a lot of people tell me that when I'm handing out jury nullification
Yes.
literature, we're standing out there with a sign
Right.
that says jury nullification, and they're like, oh, no, we like juries.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly. And so that's why we tell people that, like, when I do it, I'm like, this is, oh, you have a jury sum. It's just some important information that you need.
Right.
Right? You have an important duty.
Yeah, if I see them with a jury summons, that's basically the crux of our case, by the way, which is why the district attorney keeps appealing it.
Yes.
Right? So we kicked their ass, and then they appealed it, and we kicked their ass, and now they're in the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Right? Because the courts have been unwavering in their statement that handing out literature in front of courthouses is protected speech.
Yes.
Right? So what they're claiming is because we were targeting jurors. And I wasn't targeting jurors. I was saying, are you here for a jury trial today? I didn't have very many flyers. I only had enough money to make a couple hundred flyers.
Got you.
So I was asking people, are you here for a jury trial? You could be a defendant, you could be a witness, you could be a juror, you could be an observer.
Right.
I don't know that. Are you here for a jury trial? Here, this is for you. And by the way, if you're handing out jury nullification literature, naturally I condone.
Obviously. And we want, when we have lots of stacks of it, we try to give it to everybody.
Yeah.
Because I tell people that whether you're here for a jury trial or you need one to find you not guilty, that's what I like to say.
Well, and what we found too when we occupied the courthouse, I don't think people realize this, we expected to see an increase in acquittal rates. That was expected, and we did. We saw a 2.5-fold increase.
I had to leave before you all got arrested and went to trial. So.
Yeah, you went on your own little introspective journey.
I did go on my own little introspective journey.
But what the information that I was able to pull from the city attorney's office showed that there was about a 250% increase in acquittal rates. So we went from 17%.
Wow.
17% to 41% in 2015, and we only got year data, so we were only there for half the year.
Right.
2016 sustained, amazingly sustained a 39% acquittal rate.
That's great. And now we know that only 5% of people who walk into the courthouse with a ticket go to jury trial. 95% of people plead. But the 5%,
it's more than 95%.
But
it's about 92% will plead, and then 7% are disposed of some other way.
So what I've heard recently is that the 5% who go to jury trial, 95% of them are acquitted.
No, that's not. I don't know where that statistic came from.
Okay,
I'd like
not
to
remembering
that, but no, the acquittal rates in 2015, in years prior to 2015, were right at about 17%.
Okay.
So that meant that 80% of the people that went to jury trial were found guilty of at least one charge.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any better charge and any better data than.
And
that
mentioning that, let's talk about the Amanda Chilton thing, because you weren't actually able to be in the room for that.
Huh?
And so they found her guilty of disturbing the peace in the hallway. But what wasn't presented was the statute and the information that says that in the hallway of the courthouse is not a place that you can disturb the peace.
I had provided Amanda with that information, but she was buried in this pile of Rogers shit.
Right.
And I had that in there. That's why I needed to be in there. That's why she needed my paralegal services.
Right.
And
so what one of the reasons that because it's tying together.
Right. So that means that Guzman is responsible for Amanda Chilton's 75 days too. So fuck you, Guzman.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you're not doing the F-bomb on your channel.
Well, we're doing our best. We're doing our best.
Can I do a half finger? Can I do a half-assed, half-mast?
Let's just give them the finger together. Let's just give the 40 people watching right now. There you go, buddy. So, but with that, one of the things that was very important is as I've been talking about, is the research. Know the laws, know the research, and have evidentiary.
As Rogers said, here's what Rogers said. He wrote this in his article when he began his campaign to stamp out the Fully Informed Jury Association. Right. He wrote, know your adversary. Right. And I say, know your law.
Morning, AK lady.
Good morning, AK lady. You're up early. Law.
Yes.
Right? Because the law is not your adversary, it's your friend. Right? If you know it.
Right.
And you have to know it.
Right.
The only reason why I have only done as little time as I have in all these hundreds of arrests is because I've taken the time to learn the law. And these cases that I've done jail time on are cases where I didn't adequately know the law.
And that's why, you know, like some of the people, there's a beautiful video of me taking reading press releases inside the Lindsay Flanagan courthouse in a closed room, not in the hallway. It's like the public defender's office or the city
conference room.
No, actually, it's the clerk's office.
Oh.
And they had like the pictures of the most wanted, and then they had like this press release.
Oh, we should do public service announcements, certainly.
Sure.
Yeah,
so I was reading that from within the courthouse in the building, and a couple of ladies came to the doorway as I was exiting to tell me to shut off my cameras. Of course, I was then interacting with the police, so I had the right to film. But I was planning on shutting it off because I was going to Larry Goodman's trial. I was trying to do jury watch, or observation.
I did see him downstairs. I saluted him on his way out of the room.
And so with that, a lot of people called me out for wimping out and not standing up, right? But I still hadn't gotten a definition of the law. And what I am still waiting for is a piece of evidence that tells me that I cannot be trespassed for disturbing the peace in the hallway of the courthouse.
Well, disturbing the peace, this is United States versus Wright. Not right as in to write a letter, but right as in
W-R-I-G-H-T?
to make something. W-R-I-G-H-T, yeah. Wright is somebody who works. Rots something.
Okay.
Yeah. So U.S. versus Wright.
Admins find that and post that in the chat.
United States versus Wright. This was a VA building case. Because this is a Colorado Supreme Court case. Oh no, there's U.S. versus Wright. What's the name? U.S. versus Wright was cited in this Colorado case. I gotta remember what it was. Okay.
But there are citations available.
You go to Google, you can see how it was cited, and you can find the Colorado Supreme Court case. That these folks in Colorado, they were inside a VA lobby, and the court opined that the VA lobby is not a public place, even though it's open to the public. It's inside a public building, and because of the public building trespass statute in Colorado, which expressly defines public buildings. No, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know that code very well. Those are United States criminal codes, and the government is never going to indict itself. So I don't find much use in those codes.
Okay.
But
the public building space
people I've ever
focused
found
on
trying to promote those are sitting in prison for the rest of their lives now.
Yeah, that's a sad story.
That's not a sad story. It's a fucking catastrophic, tragic story.
It is tragic. But let's focus on the public building.
The public buildings. And so because the Colorado legislature defined what public buildings were and provided a public buildings trespass statute, which is separate from any other trespass statute, then therefore that means that the public buildings are not public spaces.
Okay. So you can be trespassed, but you can't disturb the peace. That's what you said.
That's my argument. That's the argument that I'm making in Morgan County, because they charged me with disturbing the peace for saying to get ready for a motherfucking surprise as they removed me from the council chamber. Okay. So I'm arguing that that's not a public place. There have been some disturbing. I believe that it was a disturbing the peace case, as a matter of fact, in the VA law.
So this is one of the things that I've been.
United States versus Wright.
Right. That's one of the things that I really want to do some research on, guys. But as you might be able to see, we are approaching our target. Our target is this beautiful building here, the In Just Us Center here.
And of course, by us, I mean them.
Right. I can't believe I just did a whole show right from the convenience of the bus. So here's another one of those looks at the wheel air chair access area. Right, that's part of what they were talking about. Have a great day, man.
Good day.
Thank you. We love our bus drivers, by the way. Yeah. For the most part, they're really awesome people.
How's it going? So I have to go stash my sign, so you can go ahead and go in the building.
Okay.
I'll join you in a moment.
Fantastic. So everybody say goodbye to Eric Brandt. And here we are. It's a quiet, beautiful morning. There are no emergency vehicles sitting out here. That means no ambulances, no fire trucks, no unmarked police cars. That's interesting. Good luck, Boomer. I don't know what we're lucking you on, but good luck. So, folks, that's a nice little 20-minute morning chit chat and show through. 303, if you're still with me, tell me where you're at so we know where to go, so we don't have to look for you. Otherwise, guys, from the Lindsay Flanagan Courthouse at the address here of 520 West Colfax Avenue and the Injustice Center, the Denver Injustice Center, and Cistaminet Detention Center at 490 West Colfax. We wish you a good afternoon. Remember to come back and join me shortly as we do a whole day of homeless symposium at the McNichols, the Web, and the Denver Post. Thank you very much, guys. We love you. Have a wonderful day. And come